Peace to the family. Soul Conscious TV. We back. It's your brother Kufu Shabazz. I got my brother King Norman here with me. And we're going to go over When the World Was Black.
And this is going to be the volume 1. Peace, family. Slide this way a little bit and kind of zoom in on the books a little bit so now they can see. Come on in so they see the books. Just kind of give them a little bit of look. This right here is When the World Was Black, volume 1. This right here is They Came Before Columbus. This is a book by Eben Van Sertima. And this right here is volume 2 of When the World Was Black. This basically shows like African civilizations before his story. So basically we established the first 3 dynasties of anywhere. So I'm going to give a little description of the Olmecs and who they were. And then from there we're going to go ahead and go in and get into it. Black history in America does not start with slavery. The Olmec tribe is the oldest civilization in Americas. Archaeologists named them the Olmecs, meaning rubber people, because they were the first people they found that made rubber soles for their shoes and played games with a rubber ball. They were originally the Dogon tribe, who migrated here from Mali, Northwest Africa around 1000 BC. The Olmecs first settled in Mexico and are known for their colossal head sculptures. Each colossal head is about 9 feet tall, weighs around 24 tons, and carved out of one piece of rock. These heads were found throughout North and South America. Olmecs also built many of the pyramids in the Americas, and what we know as the Mayan calendar is really the Olmec calendar. The red man, or what we know as the Indian, didn't historically exist in America until the 4th century. Basically, they come from Africans, and a later version of Indians can be Africans and Asiatics mixed together. And basically, the Olmecs didn't disappear, but later they came the Ouachitas, they came the Cherokees, the Freedmen, the Tunicas, the Seminoles, the Moors, etc. Or what we know as the Black Indian. Most of these tribes became the first slaves or prisoners of war, and known today as African Americans or American Africans, because African American is a misnomer. You are an American African, and I'll explain that in a later class. Black, Negroes, Latinos, and Hispanic. The Olmecs are the founding fathers of American civilization. And this right here is a forgotten or unknown Olmec found in Tres Zapatos, Mexico. This dude right here looks like Mr. T. Alright, that'll be good. That's good right there. And let me show you another Olmec. Make sure you hold it for me. Hold it good. Hold it good. Just hold it up against the wall, but let me make sure it don't fall. You know what I'm saying? Kind of hold up top. There you go. See it good? There we go. Alright. And as I said, that the Olmecs later became the Mayans. So this right here is a picture of the Mayans on the walls in Bonaparte, Mexico. Because remember, back in those days, they basically, you know, depicted themselves how they looked. All right, now, but back on that just a little bit. Now, if we're talking about Africans with some of the oldest DNA markers, then we could describe the Pygmies, which is the Twa tribe. They have DNA markers that date back to at least 3.3 million years and are some of the first inhabitants of Ireland. They migrated into Ireland over 10,000 years ago, and being that they had advanced technology on medicines and healing, when explorers came in, they thought that they were magical people or magical beings. Here is a more original picture of the Pygmies, and this is in black and white. Keep it right there. Let me show you a more up-to-date picture of the Twa people, or the Pygmies. And as far as Asiatics, Chinese scientists proves that the original Chinese had African or had Africoid features. And the Jomon tribe are some of the first inhabitants of the Japanese islands, as well as the Anu. Here's a picture. And they say that a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, here goes 1,000 words.
Woolly hair.
Woolly hair, my brother. Dreadlocks.
Yeah.
9 ethers. And that's going to be another class. Now they say that for one to be a brave samurai, he must have a bit or a drop of black blood. Yasuke was one of the first black samurais. Take a good picture of her. Take a good picture. Take a good picture of him. Please let it focus in. So in that way it can marinate in the back of your subconscious. So in that way it can better resonate with you to understand that we were worldwide. I'm going to show you a different picture of him. And as you can see, she is proud to stand next to this warrior, this samurai, proud African. Now, as far as India, as far as South India goes, the Andaman Islanders are some of the first people of India and South Asia to live in Asia. And they're some of the first inhabitants, and they're some of the blackest people on earth. Look at that indigenous melanin. Let them see it good, both of them. Let them see it good, both of them. Go back to the other one. I want to let it marinate. Alrighty then. Now, if you never noticed the true meaning of Avatar, the movie Avatar was really based on the African invasion, or the invasion of Africa, and the taking of its resources, as well as Haiti. Now, it was also based on the Nilotic people of eastern South Sudan and western Ethiopia and northern Kenya. The Nilotic or the Nilotic people are the tallest blue-black people in the world today. Let it zoom in just a little bit. Now I know you're looking at my Buddha statue and you're wondering, why is she in the lotus position, and why is she with her sacral chakra or her sacral mudra, and why is she black? The reason why is because the original Buddha was black and was African, and as you can see, she has Bantu knots. These are Bantu knots, and look at those big African ears. Now, a lot of people don't know that the first Buddhas were African, but this is the proof. And how is this the proof? Because the nose is blown off. Anytime they saw anything African or Africoid features, they had to blow the nose off to impose what they always do. I'm going to show you another one. African Buddha. And as you can see, she has the Bantu knots. Now a lot of people would say, oh, well, some Africans or some black people have Asian eyes, when in fact that Asians have our eyes. The sand hunters are the sand people of the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa. And these are indigenous Africans. So once again, we don't have Asian eyes, Asians have our eyes. Now Brother Khufu Shabazz had made mention of the last queen of Hawaii being black or being of indigenous melanin. This is true. And a lot of you want to see the proof, so here's the proof. They said picture's worth 1,000 words. There it is. Brother Khufu Shabazz had also made mention of not everybody was taken from Africa or from West Africa or from the central part of Africa. That a lot of us was already here. This is very true. What you call the Indian was really a Negro. Look at this beautiful negrita. Indigenous Indian. Let me show you another picture. Indigenous family. He also made mention of Melanesia. In Melanesia you have Northern Australians you have Southern Australians, you have Tasmanians, you have people from New Guinea, you have people from Fiji, and people from Australia and all over the place. So let's show you a little bit of the Melanesian diversity. As you can see, you have a Fiji chief right here, or a chief from the Solomon Islands. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, so instead of me talking your ear off, let me just show you the proof. Because we have a saying in the conscious community, no evidence, no argument. Therefore, please do not argue with us as we try to wake you up. Argue with the evidence presented before you. And once again, we can naturally have blonde hair. We as Africans have the most variations, or the most mutated transformations and different phenotypes. We can basically mutate into anything. We have the most variations of anything. Brother Kufu Shabazz had also made mention of the indigenous people of Australia were black or of African descent. This is true. Very Africoid. This is your indigenous Australian.
Like a brother.
I'm going to show you a picture of a Fiji man and his native comb. Now ask yourself, what type of people have an afro with an afro pick? I'll wait. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, there's 1,000 words. We as Africans can also have natural blue eyes. Hold on one second. Here's another young lady. She's from Haiti. But what is that supposed to mean? Because what is black? Hold on, let me check it. There we go. Let's go right to it. And once again, we as Africans have the most variations. Because understand that the black woman or the black womb man has what they call the Eve gene. That allows her to make any color type of child, because two people of melanin can make any type of baby. We have the most variations and the most genetic mutations. And as far as that, that is a class for the day, brother. So you know, just understand that we're going to have more classes here in the future. This right here is the volume 1 of When the World Was Black. So me and Brother Kufu Shabazz are coming back with a volume 2. So if there's nothing else, Brother Kufu Shabazz is going to take it home.
Peace to the family. Like and subscribe to the channel. We got more content coming. Peace, y'all.